Many years ago, I was programming in Atlanta, Georgia on a control system. And at that time, I was playing Counter-Strike, which was a computer game with my son, who was about 13 at the time. And for sort of $40 in the gaming area, we were in this really rich, interactive environment where we could see exactly what was happening and going on. I really thought that there was a massive divide between the gaming technology's ability to show and explain an environment, which in the engineering space wasn't very good at explaining it. The first job that I got was involved in computers, and this was back in the 80s, and computers were very new in those days. So I did engineering, and I really saw that there was a good fit between the production guys and the computer guys. The production guys and the computer guys don't really talk the same language. So being an engineer, I was able to talk to the production guys, and being really fascinated by the computer technology, I was able to make that link and that bridge. New and exciting platforms like virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality, as you can actually perform the tasks in a safe virtual environment. Traditionally, you get trained by watching a video, listening to somebody talk at you, and then you write down the answers on a piece of paper. In a virtual gaming environment, you can actually get someone to perform a task, and you don't have to give them any prompts. So you can say to somebody, okay, I need you to change this roller. There's a whole bunch of tools, change the roller out on a conveyor. And they have to use the correct tools in the correct way by actually performing the tasks in the virtual space. And it's a very powerful way of learning. If I put you in a virtual environment and you don't wear gloves and I cut your fingers off, you've probably got much more chance of remembering to wear gloves than if I just said, please, can you wear gloves next time you go to site? At the end of 2015, we won the KPMG Energize Accelerator program. We didn't expect to win it, but I think it really sort of authenticated us as an organization that we were serious and we had something valuable to offer. Everything that we do is created by the team. If you can get the culture and the vision right, and you can engage millennials in that journey, you can create something that is really powerful and very, very effective. I remember years ago in the States reading that 7 people out of 10 people didn't enjoy going to work. And I remember thinking, that is crazy. We spend more waking hours at work than we do anywhere else in the world. Surely it's not that hard to create an environment, a space where you enjoy coming to. If you look around the office, all of the art, it's all theirs. It's not mine. I don't have any artistic talents. But if you can encourage your workforce to get involved in your workplace. So a lot of the designs of these rooms were all done by the team, not by me. The only thing I insisted on was an open plan. Leadership is trying to create an environment where millennials can flourish. When I was a child, when I entered the workforce, we were very fearful of authority. I actually remember being absolutely terrified when I got to work that someone was going to shout at me, which people did, or if I did something wrong, if I failed. It was a very autocratic structure. We need to encourage failure, and we need to be able to create an environment where people are okay to fail, and then they grow from that. That's where I think the biggest challenge is for what I do. One of the biggest problems I have when people come into our organization is they've been through an education system where unless you do something and you pass, you don't get rewarded. And I'm saying to them, I want you to try something, and there's a very good chance it won't work. And they don't want to do it because they've never been in that situation before. So if we can teach people to be creative, and we can teach people to fail, and it's okay, learn from your failures, I think that's where a lot of this generation is going to end up being. The best part of using our technology is when someone's never been to a site or a platform, and then they suddenly get something and they suddenly understand something and they can explain complex situations in a very powerful and effective manner. Now it's not about the technology anymore. You have to know that stuff. What you have to have now is the idea.